Hi guys, hope you're having a fantastic Easter break and nice and relaxed and well rested. Just got in from a workout myself and feeling pretty awesome. But what I'd like to attempt to just quickly cover today, I'm going to keep the vlog short, is some common misconceptions that I hear when I hear people talking, and that's often when you hear someone who's passionate about health and making healthy choices. People often, I think, get this impression that people think they're immortal or think that they're going to live forever, and that's really not the case. A lot of people I know who work in the health industry and people who work in the field of healthy food, nutrition, etc., are actually trying to get across this message, I believe, that the power is within you to make the choices for yourself. And I know with myself, and I'm sure with others, people are very, very aware that they're not immortal. I mean, we work with people who have health issues, quite severe ones, every single day, and that ranges from teens all the way up to 80s and 90s. Let's hope everyone gets to 80, 90, but obviously what's happening these days is we're seeing more and more people with degenerative diseases and systemic diseases earlier and earlier. We're talking the likes of diabetes, a lot more arthritis-based conditions, a lot more degenerative conditions like osteoporosis, a lot of which are related to nutrition. I think the current figures they're banding around, which I believe are quite accurate, is that they're estimating sort of only 5 to 10% of illness is genetic. What we mean by that is people like to say, well, it's going to happen. It's genetic, it's in my genes. There are cases, and that does happen. You know, you can be the healthiest person in the world, following all the right protocol, and you can still get a cancer or get some form of disease that is in your genes. However, they're starting to realise that this is actually a lower percentage, and a lot of the diseases out there are linked to the choices we make, the fundamental choices we make in lifestyle, in what we put in our mouth, in the choices we make when we go to the checkout, whether we're going for good sustainable sources of food that are clean or cleaner, i.e. not filled with chemicals. And I think what tends to happen is people who have applied a lot of this to their own life tend to feel so good that they want to tell other people, and let other people make the choices for themselves. A classic one is vegans and vegetarians. Now, I don't have any issue with vegans and vegetarians. However, if someone's going to come to me and ask for health advice, I'm going to say to eat meat because that's where I come from, and that's my belief. But obviously, if I have someone come to me who's on a vegan or vegetarian diet and I feel I can't do the best for them, I'm not going to try and make them change their spiritual beliefs. What I'll do is I'll try and find someone who's better skilled than me in trying to work with someone's diet whilst keeping them vegan and vegetarian. And if that doesn't work, then we may have to sit down and discuss the fact about sort of going back to eating meat. But again, this is all down to choice. So what I would say is, if you are one of these people, or if you see people who like to give people a hard time for making healthier choices or for offering advice, then maybe in those scenarios, if you find that really annoying or you want to belittle that person for offering that advice, then I think maybe you have a little look at yourself, because I used to be one of those people. I used to 100% believe that organic was a myth and this, that and the other, until I tried it for myself and then realised that I was being ignorant and ignorant to the facts, knowing how I felt before I started applying a lot of decent health choices to my own lifestyle. I'd never want to go back to that. Am I aware that at some point I'm going to get ill? Yeah, of course. That's life. I see it every day. It humbles me every day when how important health is. And you know, I hope that you will have a good, long, healthy life. But be aware that whatever choice you make, be it one to eat meat, not to eat meat, to go out and party all the time, they're your choices. And if you start feeling unwell, then look at yourself, because you can go to an expert and they can give you advice, but it's purely their advice. You are the person who's in control of you. You can listen to the responses you get in your body when you eat a certain food, and as long as you're open-minded to it and you can hear it and you're open to hearing it, then act on that and definitely try changing things up a little bit. I suppose my overall goal is to empower you to take control of your own lives. And as I say, if you do come up against someone who has quite strong views in terms of health, obviously if they go over the top and they're telling you have to change and this, that and the other, tell them to off, because I do say that to some of my closest friends. If I go off on one, I always end up apologising, and because I can see them hazing over where I'm boring them. But obviously if they're going to ask me a question, then I'm going to give them the answer that I'm aware of. Not to say there isn't another side to the argument, but I'm going to go with the one that I think best applies to their situation. That was just a quick blog just to say, don't necessarily deride people who are making healthier choices for themselves. Sometimes when it's new, people do talk a lot and go off on one and can be so pleased that they're feeling so much better that they want to tell everyone else, and sometimes can go a little bit over the top. But try just to take a deep breath and sort of let it go. But remember that person, because further down the line, if you've decided you want to make a change, that might be the kind of person you need to go and have a word to, because they might have a little golden nugget of knowledge that you need. So I hope you're all doing really well, looking after yourselves, and I will see you soon. Take care.